So in this week's episode, we're gonna talk about mindset and the mindset shift you have to make to be successful in your weight loss and fitness journey. But before we get into this week's episode of Fat to Fit and How I Did It, episode 4, I wanna introduce myself for those of you that are new here. My name's Colin Julian. I'm an endurance runner and I've lost around 200 pounds. I used to be 380 pounds and I'm now down to around 165. And this is my series, Fat to Fit and How I Did It, where I show you guys pretty much step by step how I lost my weight and how you can implement stuff into your life and find out your way and what works for you to lose the weight you're wanting to lose and see your fitness goals and succeed. So this week's episode is about mindset and the mindset shift you need to make to succeed in your weight loss and fitness goals. Because ultimately, when it comes down to it, without the correct mindset, you can't succeed. You have to be in the right space mentally. And you might ask why I say that, but mindset is the number one thing you need before even ever starting. If you don't have the right mindset, you're not in it mentally, you're not gonna be able to stick to and stay with and see that success that you're wanting to see. First thing you need to have when it comes to mindset is you've gotta believe in yourself. You have to know that you can do this because you can. You need to be your number one fan because overall, if you don't believe in yourself, you're not setting yourself up for success. So that's what you gotta start out with. First thing you gotta do is believe in yourself that you can do it and have that mindset that you can do it because you can. So when it comes to mindset and making those changes, you can't straight up focus on the big changes. You can't go from, hey, my mindset change is 380 pounds to 165 pounds. You can't do it like that. You can say, hey, my goal is to get down to 165 pounds. If you take the big goals and make that your mindset, you're setting yourself up for failure. Let me break it down and explain what I mean and how to do this part of your mindset change, because this is where I struggled the most. So I was gonna film some of this outside and it's freaking windy as heck today. You guys would never hear me. If you go into your mindset shift with the big goals like, hey, I'm straight going 380 to 165, setting yourself up for failure. And you're gonna fail throughout your journey. Don't think you won't fail. If you think you're not gonna fail, that is also setting yourself up for failure. And I'll explain that later on. You're gonna fail throughout your journey though, you just gotta get back up. I failed so many times, it's not even funny. I just kept getting back up and look what happened. When I said you can't just go straight to 165 mindset, that can be your goal. Like you shifted your mindset, you're like, hey, I'm 380 pounds, I want to get to 165. But have that as your end goal. Yeah, you can't just make all these changes at once that are going to send you into a spiral because it will get overwhelming. So what you gotta do, and I had to learn this as well, you have to focus on small, sustainable changes throughout your journey. So when you first start out, you wanna be like, hey, today I'm gonna start walking. I'm gonna walk for 10 minutes, I'm gonna walk for a mile, whatever you wanna set your small goal at, and then build from there on that small change. And as well, you can say, hey, instead of going out and eating McDonald's 3 times a day, I'm gonna eat McDonald's twice and eat one healthy meal, you know? As long as you're in your calories that you need or whatever you need to do that works for you. Like I said, you don't have to track calories. I did because it helped me find out what works for you. Then after you do that, you can make more small changes along the way. When you make those small changes, it makes the journey way more sustainable. Because as most of you know, when I first started out, I was hardcore Henry and I went hardcore and it caused me to get sick. You guys do not want to do that. That's why I'm explaining and showing you guys all this so you guys don't make the same mistakes I did. So make and focus on small, sustainable changes throughout your journey that you can stick to, and then overall you will be able to stick to them forever pretty much, because it's a lifestyle change, not a get fit quick scheme that you want to do, because ultimately you can't just do this and then go back to the way you were eating before, because then you will just gain all the weight back and you're setting yourself up for failure in that way as well. You have to make changes that you're good with, that you can stick to for the rest of your life, because it is a lifestyle change. When it comes to the mindset shift that helped me the most, and I kind of built these myself so you can build your pillars around you, is the 4 mindset pillars you need to shift your mindset. Number 1 was the decision, the mindset to change and shift my mindset. That is the first mindset shift I made. I'm like, hey, I gotta change my mindset, because when I tried to lose weight before and tried to get fit before, it never worked because I never shifted my mindset. And I would always go back to my old habits when I was done, or I would just quit throughout because I didn't have the right mindset. So that's the first one. Number 2 for me was patience. I had to learn, it took time. I live in Missouri, it's a show me state. Show me what's going on. I want to see it right then and there, instant gratification, and it does not happen like that. So be patient with yourself, have patience with the process, have patience with the journey. Just overall, you have to have patience. Now, number 3 is you have to believe in yourself. I said this earlier, and it is one of the most important ones as well, is if you don't believe in yourself, you don't have the confidence that you can do it, you won't do it. You have to believe in that you can do it. And you can do anything you set your mind to. Sky's not even the limit. I know that saying, you know, the sky's the limit. That's not the limit. There is no limit. You can do anything you set your mind to as long as you work hard, believe in yourself, put in the time, put in the work, you'll have it. So number 3 is believe in yourself. Believe in you can do it. I believe in you, you believe in you. And last but not least, number 4 is be realistic. You have to be realistic in your journey. People ask me a lot of questions and they're like, you know, why have I not succeeded in this way or whatever? And I'm like, well, what's your mindset like? You have to be realistic. You have to be forgiving with yourself as well. You know, you have to believe in yourself, but there's gonna be times when you fall down. So number 3 and 4 kind of go together. Even if you fail, you have to be forgiving. You have to get back up and keep going. Everybody fails. I have failed several times. The worst mistake you can ever make is quit. Failure is fine. Failure is important for growth. You have to fail to learn. And when you fail, you learn that lesson and it helps you grow. Set realistic goals. Get a notepad, write them down. Be like, I'm gonna make these small changes, whatever, but be realistic. So number 4 is be realistic and be forgiving. So that's the 4 mindset pillars that I used to shift my mindset and get myself going in the right direction to see success in my weight loss journey. You can take those pillars and use them as yours if you want to, or you can make your own pillars. You don't have to just have 4 either. You can have 6, 12, whatever you want, but get you some pillars, set them up. They'll keep you on the straight line to where you need to go. So another mindset shift that kind of goes with something I talked about a little bit ago is mindset shifting to focus on the system and the journey rather than the end goal. If all you focus on is the end goal, you're gonna completely miss out on everything and the whole point of you getting healthy, you getting fit, just enjoying it. If you just focus on the end goal, you're gonna hate the whole process and it's just setting yourself up to be miserable. Focus on the small victories, focus on the people you meet, the cool things you do, the cool things you get to eat, the changes you've made, how proud you are of yourself, all that stuff. Focus on the whole journey and each part of your journey and system rather than that end goal. Yes, the end goal is great and you can have that as your end goal and you can think about that, but you can't fixate on it. If you fixate on it, it will drive you crazy. I did that and it just was not fun. Focus on every step of the way, every step of the journey, and you'll enjoy it a lot more. So another one's gonna be consistency. I said it in the last video, if you guys remember, progress over perfection. Consistency is key. Those two go together. Focus on being consistent rather than being perfect all the time. Say you go on consistent walks every day. You can do it the same time every day. You can do it once a day. Doesn't matter when you do it. Be consistent every day. Be consistent with your meals, your calories, the things you do. And you know, you can implement that 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, be awesome, do everything to the T like you need to. And then that 20% have fun, because you got to give yourself breaks sometime. You know, if you don't, you will be miserable and you will get burnt out. So give yourself those breaks. You know, on the weekend, you can go out with your friends and eat and stuff. Don't go crazy, because you can ruin the whole week's progress over the weekend, because I have done that, but you have to be a really big overeater like I am. But you know, you can still go out and eat and have fun. Set yourself up to have that bigger meal when you hang out with your friends during the weekend. So if you count calories, eat a little less for a couple days to make up for that. Like I said, it's a bank account. If you have the money in the bank, you can spend it. If you have the calories in the bank, you can spend them. Set it up how you want, work it around your week. But overall, be consistent. Consistency is key. Consistency is magical. Make that mind shift to be consistent. All these things that we're talking about, if you want to, write them down on paper as goals so you can visualize them and see them. I done that and it helped out a lot too. But overall, be consistent. Be consistent with your eating, be consistent with your exercise, be consistent with the whole journey, and that is a very important part of it. So consistency is key. So this one I'm going to talk about is focus. The mindset shift to focus on certain things. Focus on when you go to the grocery store, focus on getting more vegetables. Do the mindset shift to focus on bettering you. Focus on moving more. Focus on drinking more water. Focus on keeping a healthy mindset. Focus on being happy. Focus on all of that stuff. The mindset shift to focus is great, because in the world we live in now, we can turn into zombies. We can be stuck on our cell phones, stuck in our work, stuck in whatever, and we just zone out. We're not even focused at all. And it's getting worse and worse in the world we live in because of all of this stuff. Technology is great. Technology is bringing you guys this right here so I can help you guys, but don't get overwhelmed and get sucked into everything to where you can't even focus on you and being yourself. So this tip, I'm going to call it the joyful moments. Looking for the joyful moments and the things you do. It makes it feel less like work, even though it's not work. The journey is enjoyable, but you know, you can make it even more enjoyable by focusing on these things. Like when you go to exercise, don't look at it as exercise. So take your dog for a walk and enjoy yourself. Talk to your friend on the phone while you're walking. You know, if you like doing yoga, do it. If you like running, do it. Do something you enjoy, make it enjoyable. It doesn't feel like work. I love that one. That's one of my most favorite tips right there, is finding the joyful moments. Find those moments throughout your journey. Your whole journey can be those moments. So you just got to know where to look, and you have to have that correct mindset. Mind over matter. And the reason mindset is so important, and I've heard this saying several times before, especially when I started becoming an endurance runner, your mind quits way before your body. And I learned that to be true. So when I'm running, my mind wants to quit way before my body does. My mind wants to quit when my body's only probably at 40% of its max capacity. And that's exactly what that saying says. And I was like, didn't believe it in the beginning, but it's really true. There's been so many times that I've had to break through mental walls, and I still have to do that. There's distances that I want to run. There's things that I want to do in my fitness require me to break through those walls. So when you think you can't, you most definitely 99.999% of the time can. It's just your mind. It's your mind telling you you can't, your mind playing tricks on you. So you have to have that mindset shift, guys. I know I say that word a lot throughout here, but that's what this video is about. That's what this episode is about, is shifting your mindset. Overall, everybody's journey is different. So it's about finding out what works for you. So you got to find out the mindset shift that works for you and try different things. These are the ones that work for me. You can take these and try these, because it's different than eating certain calories that I said before that you don't want to try in your own diet, because everybody's body's different. And yes, everybody's mind's different, but we can have our mindset shift by doing these things. So you can take what I'm doing and implement it into your life, see how it works. And if you need to make changes, you make changes. You can have your own mindset shifts. Do whatever you need to do, but this is a building block for you guys to have that mindset shift to get yourself jump started and get going. And I'm telling you, oh my freaking gosh, once you have the right mindset, it is smooth sailing. It is like sailing on the ocean on the best day ever. You guys will enjoy the heck out of it. That's why I was excited to bring this video to you. It might be a shorter video this time, guys. It is one of the most, if not the most important part and important episode for you guys for your whole journey. Without the proper mindset, you will never get to the point you want to get to. All right, guys, so I hope this episode and the mindset shifts helped you guys out a lot. What I want you to do, I have something for you. I want you to tell me in the comments what your mindset shifts are, what mindset shifts you're going to implement, and what are your 4 pillars, or what are your 6 pillars, what are your pillars that you're going to implement in your mindset shift. Drop them in the comment section below and let me know. I want to hear from all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Like I said, I think it might be a little shorter, but it is an important episode that you need to watch when you're getting started. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to wrap it up there. If you guys did enjoy this week's video, please give it a big thumbs up. Invite your friends and family to subscribe as well. Let's all get healthy together, and we will see you guys in the next episode, episode 5. But until then, remember to be humble, hustle hard, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace!